Hello, I'm Shaunna. I'm passionate about pages and I am wanting to share 3 layouts that I've made with the Kintsugi Inspirations collection. I haven't used everything in it. I've used the papers and the embossing folder, which is called Joined Together, and then I paired it up with gold foil paper and some plain cardstock, and I bought in these gorgeous gems, which are called low profile dots. They just I feel they're better suited to scrapbooking than the flower accents that come with the kit. So let's dive in and I'll show you what I've made. I also used a product, an ephemera pack called Foiled Frames and Labels. So you get multiple sheets that come in the pack and many different shapes, and each shape has a solid shape with white in the middle that you could journal on or stamp on. Each shape has a ring, and then the paper is left outside, and with some careful cutting where the shapes join, you can mount that extra ring on another piece of cardstock. So you can get 3 shapes from every one on here. Honestly, I have used these non-stop on projects since I bought them. So Foiled Frames and Labels is it. I'll have a link for all the products used below this video if you're interested to see any of them. So what I wanted to do with this, obviously there's a Japanese flavor to the style of the paper, the colors, the prints, and Kintsugi is the name given to the way Japanese traditionally repaired pottery by putting veins of gold in between the broken pieces. And that's why the workshop that I'm teaching this at is called Veins of Gold, because I've focused on adding little bits of gold along the way just to elevate the layouts. This one is a very, very simple layout. Some of this gorgeous broken pottery paper straight onto another one of the very subtle prints that are in there. I haven't mounted any of my photos. This is one of the frames, and instead of mounting it on white, I mounted it on a scrap of the paper and put a title on there. I went through my stash of stamps and I found some labels that went with the theme of the story here, and then a small bit of journaling there, and then kind of a list. This was like, it's called Taking the Scenic Route, and that's tongue-in-cheek because it took us a long while to get to Reykjavik in Iceland from Oslo because flights were cancelled, and then stuff happened. So and that's what that describes there. So that's the first layout, and you'll see those gorgeous little flat gems are just a nice accent. The second layout is photos from a photo booth at a wedding that we got to go to. So they're high energy photos, but the blues in this pack, that one, and what I've mounted the photos in is one of the papers as well. They worked really well with the fact that my son-in-law was wearing a suit that was blue. My husband had a blue tie on, blue shirt here. And there were lots of photos to fit onto this layout. I bought in a little bit of the old olive colour, which is one of the colours in these papers. So I knew that it would work because it works with the pots on this one. Okay. Very little in the way of decoration. The title is the main feature in terms of decoration here, and I used the party alphabet. This one has really nice big chunky letters, and they proved perfect for running through the embossing folder. So I just used those for the capitals, and then I used another set of alphabet dies I have in my stash, but if you don't have any smaller alphabet dies, the alphabet a la mode would work well too. And you'll see I've doubled them up, and by embossing those you create a really interesting texture. For your layouts, I've used another one of those foil frames for my journal boxes here, and found some star die cuts from my collection that went into there, and then there's that pop of gold down here. So again, a simple layout, but the pops of gold, the veins of gold, really help to make that pop. And then here's my so they were fun and fast, and this one is my fancier layout. A very simple background, again used one of the prints from the paper. I used the embossing folder to create the border, drew in my own veins of gold for that. Again, simple layout of photos. Found this gorgeous heading in my stamps, and then for the decorative elements I used 2 dies from the beautiful motifs for the green leaves and the pink flowers, and then the roses came from this set along with those little leaves, and then these little wee flowers here came off the paper. Hold on. Oops. In between the pots, and I just fussy cut those. So, you know, three clusters on there to bring it together, and this Love Every Moment came from here as well. So had so much fun with these. This is going to be photos of my 4-year-old granddaughter at ballet class. It's just gorgeous watching 3- and 4-year-olds at ballet. They adore it. They have so much fun, but you know they've got a bit to go with their steps and things, and so it's just gorgeous. So that's the layouts that I've made. This is a workshop I'm running in my home over 1 week in August, and I also have an online class that you can take where I've got the cutting guide and colour photographs of the layouts, as well as videos that step you through the construction and all my hints and tips for each layout to come together. If you have any questions, let me know, and the links for the list of products I've used and for the workshop registrations are below this video. Bye for now.